pass, because Pellegrini, it feels like he's coming under a little bit of pressure. Lots been written about potential replacements over the past couple of weeks. There's another story in the Sunday Times this morning about his future, and it doesn't look good.
Well, it doesn't. I mean, people would ask the question, would they sack a manager who delivered the title last May? And the answer is that they did that.
They did before.
With Mancini. Now, Mancini wasn't sacked for finishing second or for not winning the FA Cup. Mancini was sacked, I feel rightly, even though it's still a divisive issue, because everything was clearly unravelling in his in the season after they won the title. And it feels, I mean, there's not the same dynamic at all. It's a lot more stable. It's a lot less volatile than it was then. But it just feels like there's a sort of stagnation about City this season. And I felt, looking at them almost all season, bar a brief run of games in the autumn, they look like a team on autopilot.
Yeah.
Tactically within games, psychologically within games, they seem to be drifting. They never seem to be terribly well set up on the pitch. They never look like a team who've spent all week training, which sounds horrific. And I know they're only second. I know they're only 5 points off the lead, but I think they are punching under their weight to a dramatic level.
They're nowhere near Chelsea, are they? I mean, they're 5 points or something, but they're nowhere near.
In terms of quality?
Quality.
No.
Really?
Teamwork.
Oh, Chelsea.
Teamwork. I mean, there's completely their division above anybody else in the league.
But City should be. City with that squad.
They've got the players to be.
And people,
I'm trying to agree with what you said. It's a question of organisation and morale.
And people talk about the signings and say, oh, Fernando, Mangala, etc. These are very good players. No, I disagree.
Fernando's a piece of cement you put in to make your team stronger. He's not actually going to. Really is Matic.
So why isn't that working then?
Because alongside Matic is Cesc Fabregas. Alongside Fernando is Fernandinho.
Who's a really good player.
And I can't. He's not bad. He's not bad. But look, when you take Yaya Toure out of that team, his creativity, it's chalk and cheese, isn't it?
Well, it is, yes, but I've seen City play very well without him.
I don't think Fernando's much better than Javi Garcia. I really don't. Oh. I think he's yet another of those players that you shouldn't be paying 30-40 million for.
Fernando was a lot less than that.
You should be picking them up for 10.
Yeah, well, Fernando was I can't remember, it was 10, 15, something like that. But the issue with City, they have got good players.
That's the 30 million, isn't it?
But Mangala was very overpriced. Very overpriced.
But centre-halves, everybody believes there aren't any centre-halves, so you pay 34 for one who's a maybe. And at the moment, he looks like he's not. But you've got to give him a bit more time.
Martin, do we accept an English football?
Big opportunity against Chelsea. That was a huge opportunity, and that is the game that will define Pellegrini if this is his last season at City. Because that day, admittedly, I was watching it in Australia at about 4 o'clock in the morning. I might not have been at my best, but Chelsea looked as if they were there for the taking, if City had actually really gone for it, and they didn't quite go for it.
Which game, at Stamford Bridge?
At Stamford Bridge. And then Pellegrini comes out after only one team was trying to win the game. Yeah, but you weren't trying hard enough. Because that was a game where they should have just gone, right, now it's another gear. Now, with this second half, we go another gear because we beat this team here, and if we beat them here, we are right back.
Was Yaya playing that day?
No, not sure he was, but they've still got enough out there.
Yes,
they've got
Silva,
enough out there, they should
Aguero.
Be able to go.
But Toure had a poor first half of the season.
Yeah, true.
When he went away,
he did, yes.
He was not the guy who'd been carrying the team.
True.
And, they had that great performance in Rome, or great result in Rome. I don't think you can just point to Toure's absence as the reason why City, or the quality of the players, as the reason why City look disorganised.
I agree. Patrick, once you start doing that, then you're pointing at other issues. Yeah.
Patrick, do we accept that teams at the top, that the teams who spend the money, who want to win the Premier League title, Chelsea, Manchester United, Arsenal, with the exception of Arsenal, really, that those teams who spend the money want to win the title, that the managers are disposable at the end of the season if they don't win the title?
No, I don't think Van Gaal will go at the end of the season. I think he'll definitely get another season. I mean, that would be.
But no, with the exception of me, who tipped them to win the title.
The big danger to them, the big danger to them, to all of these clubs. I think Arsenal have a decision to make at the end of the season, very much so.
Oliver Holt's comments: "Don't make me laugh, Wenger out."
Well, you know, if they finish 5th, I mean, Liverpool are going like trains. Liverpool have got